Y'all woke up to the news, it's a blaze. Wishing death to fake Jews like I'm Adolf. And I'm screaming more fire, more fire. Give them more fire, more fire. I just gotta pray for more fire, more fire. I'm hoping he come with more fire, more fire. I ain't get no sleep cause of y'all. I promise you that y'all won't get no sleep cause of me. When a nigga lick his plate, that's when dogs eat. Find me with my lost sheep, setting fire to the streets as I speak. For whatever man's soul shall he reap. And my people will soul like some fucking raw meat. What you thought that I would let that slide? But you owe me. And I want your ass in chains, cracker get below me. Same to the Arabs, the Africans, Chinese, and Jewish man. Not cause of your skin, but you played a hand in my demise. Got rich off our lives, we filled the world with lies. You preyed on the feeble minds, now you gotta pay the price. And you gon' pay with your life, because your forefathers gone. Make amends with your sins, it's gon' get worse if you don't. Woe to the wicked who think that this shit is all just a joke. Pray for my bruise up in Cali, cause it's up in smoke. Stole our identity, then you kept it all hidden. We didn't deserve the way you was dealing with us so differently. Didn't we have identity? Damn it, that's just a memory. But now we about to double the ante through our divinity. Taking too many days off, now I'm on the move, trying to save y'all. Woke up to the news, it's a blaze. Wishing death to fake Jews like I'm Adolf. And I'm screaming more fire, more fire. Give them more fire, more fire. I just gotta pray for more fire, more fire. I'm hoping he come with more fire, more fire. More fire, more fire, all praise to the most higher. In the name of the most Messiah, I speak the truth, I ain't no liar. I can tell you a hoe by your sweet words, and I don't like your truth bitter, and it better bites like Ventura, I'm on fire. I know, I sound like I'm losing it. I play to win, I'm nothing like these losing kids that rap about gangster shit. They know they never did. I keep it real, more authentic than average. I grew up with savages, been around the green where the cabbage is, but I never met a real nigga that's legit, cause a real nigga tell it how it really is. The hero.
Your eyes were not playing tricks on you. NASA confirming at least 65 fireballs were seen across Florida skies just after
More fire, more fire.
West till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Getting dividends, so we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but the abdominal. So what you suck trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit doesn't regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group eyes for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by black Apollos, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been the stopper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going them up, Patron, premium, a vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modify the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat some, none of them can get to the fire. Around with me, and I had them niggas feel like a tire. Down the deep, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel igniter, and women coming through with the title because UP. I be one west to death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking the moment they are called. Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughters safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it. I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me. I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraphs or forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to give salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that can pull me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid. Plus 10, put me in the Supermax. I get super jacked, working out every day. Canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Seal my fate. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives at the gate, they all that stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their names. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. But only make it worse, it's loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you all right. All right, do it again. So, welcome to the Wednesday night law class. I'm a police officer, 50 Resign, holding it down tonight. And we are, the title says, or you see the description, YouTube kind of does it weird. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of things. Name one being, what is marriage according to the Bible? So it's kind of a topic that we should get into. A lot of our people don't really know. They kind of go based off what the Christian concept of what marriage is, not what the biblical concept of what is marriage. And that's just because that's not to blame. That's how we grew up in America. You know what I'm saying? We only growing up in this country, you only know what
your oppressor have told you what is marriage. We all think that marriage constitutes that having the paper, right? If you have the paper, you get the ring, then you're married, right? That's what we say that in today that is here, But there's a lot of different cultures do it a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? The ring is not even biblical, getting on that one knee and proposing. That's not biblical either. You know what I'm saying? Later on, we'll get into more things like that. Where does confusion come from? But today, mainly, it's going to be talking about like what's the process of getting married. You know what I'm saying? And who can you get married to? We're going to talk about interracial marriage today as well. You know what I'm saying? And if that matters or not, a lot of people say, you love who you love. You know what I'm saying? You can't help who you love. And I find that to be, you know what I'm saying, a lie. You definitely can help who you love. You know what I'm saying? Love is an action, right? It's what you do. It's not this butterflies in your stomach type of feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's about, how do you prove you love this how do you prove you love somebody? You know what I'm saying? By things that you do. That's how you prove it. So that's how you show it. The Most High says, how you know you love the Most High? You love the Most High when you do what he says. Keep his law, statutes, and commandments. That shows that you love the Most High. Listen, he don't know any other way besides what you do to show it. You can speak a lot with your mouth all day long. Listen, you can speak with your mouth. Tell what you want all the time. Men do it a lot to women. That's why I kind of wouldn't teach this class, because then later on, we'll get into like what are the duties of husbands and wives. But today is like really just getting into what is the process and who you can and can't marry. But a lot of brothers, what they do is they tend to whisper sweet nothings in women's ears, right? Yeah, baby, I'm gonna give you the world and this and that. And nobody loves you more than me. Why he beating you, calling you all kind of names and things of that nature. But he loves you though, because after he beats you, he's gonna, give you an Epsom salt bath so that you can feel better and heal up. You know what I'm saying? These kind of things happen. A lot of people that are trapped in those kind of abusive relationships. That's not a person. The person that's doing that to you hates you. By the way, they do not love you. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says you should love the person as you love yourself. Love thy brother as you love yourself. You wouldn't hurt yourself. Would you? You wouldn't like to do that. If you hurt yourself, knows what you do with me. You know what I'm saying? You hate yourself. See, Lord knows how you feel about me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even, that's there. That's how you prove you love. That's how you prove you love somebody. But what you do is not really about what you say. People can say a lot of things, really. So it's easy to speak words. It's harder to show actions. You know what I'm saying? It's saying stuff. It's easy all the time. You know what I'm saying? But when you just got to prove and do what you say you're supposed to be doing, that's when things get difficult. You know what I'm saying? That's where things get like, But yeah, man. But we'll get into a few things here today. So, what's the process of marriage according to America? Let's start there first. Let me talk about that first. The process of America, right? And how America does things. Now, it is seen in America, right? It's a good thing if you want to marry a woman that you go to her parents, namely the father. The father in her life, right? And then you tell them that I want to marry your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Get his approval. Now, so that's not something that you have to do in America, but it is looked upon favorably. You know what I'm saying? That's something that they would like to see people do. Hey, man, you can't be like a man and, got my daughter's hand in marriage. Cool. That's what would be deemed honorable. The thing that you should do, but it's not required. What is required, though, most of what women look forward to is for you to buy them a ring. Today's age, right? Now you got to get her like the biggest, diamond ring, you know what I mean, that you can buy. That's gonna put you in debt for years and years and years. Because you gotta buy this expensive diamond, you know, so you got this extremely elaborate wedding, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that the wife gets everything she wants for the wedding. Because if she doesn't, then it's a failure and you will be divorced next week. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta make sure you go get the paperwork. The paperwork deems you legally married in the United States. Right? Now that wedding that wedding certificate you get, the marriage certificate that you get, that you get from the courthouse is a contract that you're signing with you, that woman, and the state. Saying that you are legally married, your marriage will be recognized in the United States, right? And that's what women today deem marriage. They talk about to people like, "Oh, girl, he don't love you, girl. You put a ring on your finger yet? You ain't got no marriage. You ain't got no marriage certificate, so it ain't real." Which is not true at all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women do things for men that you don't have a certificate for, but you know, men that want to give you that certificate, you know, you treat them like crap. And that's the truth of it. A lot of you men do the same thing. But the whole setup to getting married in the U.S. is very, very simple. You know what I'm saying? Most people want it done in a church. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, make your vows, you know what I'm saying, to death do us part, this and that, which all those things you don't find in the Bible, any of those vows. The only thing is, you know what I'm saying, marriage is, you know what I'm saying, once you go into this, that's your wife. You know what I'm saying? That's saying once that happens, you know what I mean, you know, you have to surely endow her to be your wife. But in America, you know what I'm saying, listen, marriage don't work out, you know, you can divorce in 2 weeks. And that'd be that. She can go where she want to go, and he can go where he want to go. But nobody in America really does marriage the way it's supposed to be done biblically. A lot of Christians claim that they follow the Bible, that they love God and this and that. They love this book, right? That's what a lot of Christians say, that they love this book, they love God, this and that they follow God, they follow Christ, but none of them do things the way it should be done in the book. And granted, some of the detail is, I guess you'd say, kind of glossed over, not really. We do get glimpses of what it entails, how the process of getting married goes biblically, right? We'll get into a little bit. We'll continue on with American standards. So you can say, like I said, so the first step is you gotta get the girl first. You know what I'm saying? You guys date. Now, dating in America, right? Dating is not courting, right? It's courting, but it's not. Courting in the way that, you know what I'm saying, that this person that you're thinking about being with, but a lot of times the dating period is that you're just filling the person out. But while you're doing this, you know what I'm saying, most people are, you know, having sex during this time. I'm just saying, you're already laying down with this woman you're already laying down with that man. You've already given yourselves to each other many times over, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be together for years, and you know what I'm saying, the woman, she'll wait for years to go by, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 years to wait for the man to say, all right, I'm ready to marry you now. And if she don't hear it after 5 years, she wasted her time, because she's waiting for you to say, hey, I want to marry you. You know, and she's waiting for that ring and for that to get that certificate from the courthouse and to have that big wedding to then say, this is my husband. That's what she's waiting for from you. And as men, a lot of times you're not even, you know, you just smashing a lot of times. You love the woman, you know, so you do all these things for her, you know, anything she asks you do. Y'all done moved in together. In 2 years, y'all done moved in together. You know what I'm saying? You got things in each other's names, you know what I'm saying? You know each other passwords and this and that, but you're not in your mind, in American standards, you're not married yet. You're just two people living together. Your boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, so that's all you are. You know, And she's gonna be waiting. Her friends gonna be waiting. Her family's gonna be waiting. Her mom gonna ask her about 50,000 times. Saying, when he gonna marry you? When you gonna get married? Most people during this time in America, as you're in this dating period with this person, might have already had a child together. Now you got a child together. He ain't been down on one knee yet. So y'all ain't got no marriage certificate. You got a 4-year-old, and you're still waiting for him to say, "All right, be mine and marry me." I mean, that's crazy to have to wait that long. But I will give it this, right? There's certain states that have common law, I think it's called. I can't remember. I had to look for a name for it. Basically, if you live with a person for a certain amount of time, even if you don't have a marriage, the state kind of considers you married, right? So if anything would happen to you, that'd be the person that everything would default to. I believe you got to be living with a person for 10 years, right? The state would kind of consider you guys married, not married legally, but you live with this person for 10 years, you've been with nobody else, and then something happens to one or the other, they just figure that's the person they should talk to next, that everything goes to after that. That's the person they deal with. Because obviously you trust this person enough to live with them for that amount of time. You ain't went nowhere. You did nothing else. And so after you talk to her parents for a while, right? If you wait a while, you date, however long that dating period is going to be. And saying you have a boyfriend and girlfriend for 20 years, 15 years before you decide you want to make her your wife. So then what's the next day? Then you go talk to the parents, right? Which you don't have to. Like I said, America it's not not frowned upon everywhere. Like, more the southern states kind of like want you to go talk to the dad and like, hey, I want to marry your daughter. Now, it's seen as the more honorable thing to do, the more manly thing to do is to go talk to that man, go talk to that woman's father if he's in her life or whatever, or whoever her father figure is, if she has one. You do that, right? Which is important to a lot of women, you know what I'm saying? Important to the man too to get that approval. But a lot of times people just carry on with the wedding even without the approval. But you go talk to the parents, you do that. Next thing you do is now you got to get this ring, right? Now you told the family, now you got to plan out how you're going to propose to this woman. Listen, you can go online, right? Any YouTube and Facebook, wherever you can look at videos at, right? And just type in proposal. And some men go out of their way with these proposals, man, that, to please the woman. And that's what the proposal is for, is to please the woman and to put her upon this high pedestal. That's why as a man that you have to get down on that one knee. You know what I'm saying? You're putting her above yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what's the saying goes in America, happy wife, happy life. We're just like the dumbest thing you can really say to a person, to a man, is not saying, make sure that woman is happy. You know what I'm saying? As if happiness is something that's like deserved, or something that you should just get just because you want to be, that woman should be happy. It's often it is often, what I'm saying, the man is sometimes often ignored in the happiness of the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Which is saying God, man can be in an unhappy relationship for years, but the second that woman gets unhappy, the marriage is done, because only her happiness matters. Which is the most feminine thing you can do as a man, is like prioritize that. You know what I'm saying? Why should only her happiness be everything? Why should that be the only thing that keeps the house together? But a lot of you men, that's how men in America are taught. That's how people are taught to be. That you have to make sure that she's happy. So what you want, what you desire, doesn't mean a thing. It's what she wants, what she desires. That's what has meaning in this country. And that's a very That's very effeminate, right? It's very wrong. And I said you put women upon this high pedestal. A lot of men, your woman can't do no wrong until she does wrong, and then what? But yeah, so you go, so men go out to get these rings, right? A lot of men will save up. A lot of times men wait these years because they were trying to save up because they want to buy the most expensive ring that they could buy, right? Because she's going to go show her friends, her mom, her sisters, you know what I'm saying, everybody at the job. And she's like, oh yeah, girl, see that you got me this 50,000 carat, diamond ring, you know what I'm saying, got me this banging, this big ass diamond ring that's sitting on you know what I'm saying, however high carat and gold goes in carat. I don't know the highest it can go. No, was it people say 24 carat? I don't know if that's the highest. I'm not too sure on that side, but you're gonna want to get the best thing that you can buy for this woman. You want that ring, right? The most expensive ring. When you're going into debt to get this ring, all right, you're going into debt. You know, so you're gonna buy a ring that's gonna cost you, thought a number, $20,000, but you ain't got $20,000, so you put $4,000 down on it. We got to pay the rest of that ring off. That's our first step into debt in this country to getting married. Next, listen, once you get the ring, this man plan these elaborate, a lot of men plan these very elaborate ways of proposals. Right? You see the T1 with the blimp, so that flying blimp that goes through, and the Goodyear blimp, whatever it's called. People do hot air balloon rides, you know what I'm saying? People do the proposals at sports games. People come up with some very elaborate ways to propose to these women. You can fund a lot of it, you spend a lot of money doing these things. All right, so let's say let's just say, right, that you spend, let's say you're gonna put the $4,000 down for the ring that costs $20,000. So you owe $16,000 on the ring. So you're already $16,000 in debt. You already just spent $4,000 on the ring. Now you're going to spend, another $2,000. Let's say you want to propose to her at the gang, so you got her to be brought down to the court. That's going to cost you some money. You can get the best seats, the floor side seats. That's going to cost you almost $1,000 for those kind of seats. Got two, so that's already $2,000. Now you probably spend $1,000, about $3,000 on that. Then you go to the courthouse, and then you get the marriage certificate. Once you do that, right? Because that's why people don't know about the process. You first get married at the court, right? That's the first step of marriage. After that, you get the marriage certificate. You have to have your two witnesses get married at the court. That's going to run you about $150 probably. I don't know. I think I pay like $50 or something like that for my wedding certificate. I can't remember. Let's just say $150. You can run you about $150. Probably not even that much really. It should be like $25 for the marriage certificate. You can get married by the judge at the courthouse, which are two people that are there as a witness. Right now, you gotta during all this time. Now you're going proposing. Now you gotta plan the wedding. Right, you gotta set a wedding day. You gotta talk to a wedding planner. You gotta pay that wedding planner a couple of bands. And then you guys know that's just to pay her to do her job, right? To go with all this elaborate shit, and it's like it for my language. And your woman, she's gonna be picking, the most expensive things that she can probably find. Because a lot of women want these very extravagant weddings, the larger than life weddings. You know what I'm saying? They want to spend all this money for this one day, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. You got the money, but a lot of women's go is that if the wedding isn't spectacular, then your marriage isn't going to last. I'm telling you now, you get a woman like that, your marriage is not going to last long. You know what I'm saying? She will leave you. You know what I'm saying? A woman like that is highly pleased with money. So you do all that. You know what I'm saying? You get the wedding, things like that done. So you get it planned out. You spend another $3,000-$4,000. That's low. That's low balling it for real. You know, so a lot of people spend upwards to 10, 20, 50, $100,000. You're a celebrity. You're spending millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying on a wedding. You know what I mean? Just to get these things. When you're buying her dress, you got to buy your tuxedo, wherever they use. She has to buy her wedding dress. You know what I'm saying? That's going to run you another, men, might spend $5,000, $3,000, $35,000 on a tux. Women, that's saying if the man got it, she's going to spend upwards to $50,000 on a dress you're going to wear just for the one day. Right? And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole process in America. You do all that, make her happy one time. And say she didn't like the wedding, didn't go as she wanted to go. You didn't buy her everything that she wanted. She's mad. You're in debt now. You got all the money to have to pay back. Now, top of that, let's say you don't have a house here. You got to get your house. That's on top of whatever other bills that you already got to pay, that you add all this debt onto. Then after that, you're divorced. They're saying the divorce rate in this country is astounding. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. A lot of women say men are problems, but women initiate, I believe. Let's say for our people, I believe black women, so our people, women tend to initiate about 70% of the divorces amongst our people are initiated by women because they become unhappy for one reason or another. So the vow that you make right during that wedding means absolutely nothing. Just let you know, they don't mean anything. You're not held to keep them. It's till death do you part. That's what they say, right? You know what I'm saying? Do you take this woman to be your wife? Do you take this man to be your husband? To care for this and that, through sickness and all that, till death do you part. And a lot of you say yes, and then she'll go around and divorce you. A lot of you women are habitual oath breakers. You can't keep a promise to save your life. You just can't do it. Don't get me wrong, all you men are the same way, but when women comes to these weddings and these ceremonies and you don't get your way, you know what I'm saying? You just sat there and lied, saying you're supposed to be standing before a God, supposedly, saying that you're going to be with this person until they draw their final breath. Then you break the oath. You know what I'm saying? It's something to be noticed, right? Something to be mentioned and be talked about. So let's get into. So we did it that way, right? We talked about that way. Now let's get into the way that it's done biblically. We're going to pull out some scriptures, of course, of how the wedding goes. Right. Let's get go to Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter. Too far. All right, we're gonna sit there. Give me one second. All right, so let's start with some things that you can't do, right? About marriage. So this Deuteronomy 22nd chapter. I'm not sure. Might be in the wrong place. So Lucky, give me 1 second. Okay, so this is where I want to start at. Slack. All right. So this is the book of Genesis, the 29th chapter. Slack. I'm going to Deuteronomy. We're still going to go there. So make sure you hold Deuteronomy 22nd chapter. We're going to go there. I want to start here in Genesis, the 29th chapter. Right. And Laban said, just a book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 18. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. All right, so just to give a quick backdrop, right? So what's happening here is that before Isaac passes away, right, he sends his son Jacob to go get married, but he tells his son to not take a daughter of the Canaanites because they're living in the land of Canaan, but take a daughter of his mother's people. And so that's what Jacob did. He went to go find her, to go find his uncle. When he comes into the land, he finds Rachel sitting at the well. He's very enamored with Rachel. You know what I'm saying? Like what they say, like love at first sight type of thing. And so she goes to tell her father. He goes and introduces himself, and then she tells her father that, hey, you know, this guy here saying that he's your nephew. Laban sees it, he's like, oh yeah, that's definitely it. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely my nephew right here. You know, flesh of my flesh, blood of my bone, bone of my bone. You know what I'm saying? And so then as they talk, and Jacob says, hey, you know, Rachel's very beautiful. I want to make Rachel my wife. And Laban agrees. And so that's where we're at right here. And like I said, the book of Genesis, chapter 29, verse 18. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. And Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee than that I should give her to another man to abide with me. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. All right. So the way it's done properly is that the man, you know what I'm saying, goes to the father. You want that woman, you go talk to the father first. You make the deal with the father, right? Because you got to remember, so anything that's in part of that man's house belongs to that man, right? That's another thing that people don't like to hear these days, right? That's seems very sexist, I guess, that they say, like, oh, you know, like slavery or something. But no, you know, so you're under my house, you belong to me. Because the man is the leader of the house, right? He's the lead of the house, right? He's the one that runs it. He's the head. So as the head, everything belongs to me. You know what I'm saying? That's my wife, that's my kids. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that goes. That's my woman, that's my daughter. Right? So then the deal is made right now. Let me put it this way, right? Before I continue, because a lot of people will hear that and they'll take it the wrong way. You still have, like, the woman still has to accept you. You know what I mean? She has to want you back. You know what I'm saying? You can make the deal with the father. Hey, I'm in love with your daughter. Cool. I want to marry this woman. Right? You can do that, right? Now, she's not feeling you. Like, that's why there's a courting process, right? To feel each other out. During this time, there is no sex. You don't have sex with this person. You're talking only. When you really get a feel and you get a vibe, what they say these days, you get a vibe for this person, right? Get their vibe. Now, during that time, you know, not feeling them, you can both go your separate ways. You don't have to continue on with the marriage. You just go to the father and say, hey, me and the daughter not gonna work out. And I say, I don't want to marry any longer. I don't want to court her anymore. So father agrees, and that's that. Right? Also notice that, like, Laban had a dowry, right? The dowry that a dowry that Jacob had was to serve 7 years. That's how he was going to pay Laban to have Rachel. He had to serve him for 7 years. and then he can marry Rachel. All right, but you go talk to the man. So that's to the man and the man and the father makes the deal together. And said, hey, I'm interested in your daughter. I want to marry her. It said, I'd like to marry your daughter. So then that's going to begin the courting process. Your father talk it out. A date is set. You guys court each other for a while. The date is set, and then that's that, right? Then time goes past. Everything's cool. Then then from there you can continue on with the marriage, right? So as we read here, and Jacob loved Rachel, and I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. So that's the deal that Jacob is making with Laban, right? That I'm going to serve you for 7 years, and at those 7 years, you give me your daughter as my wife. Right? That's the deal is made. Like I said, the woman does not have to marry the man. All right. No, don't let that be. Put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Some people are going to hear this video and be like, see. You know what I'm saying? The women don't got no choices, this and that. Listen. She don't want to be with you. She don't want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? She's not feeling you. It's not, she's not working out. You're not her type, whatever. You always just end it. You know what I'm saying? Just tell the father, hey, no longer want to court your daughter. Go a different way. Whatever you say to him. And that's that. All right. No, you know what I'm saying? Just because you ask the father, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that the daughter then has to accept you as her husband. She doesn't have to be with you. So make sure that that's out there, that is that's known. Right? A lot of people will hear just aside and they'll just assume that, okay, we're just forcing these women into marriage, men that they don't want to be with. That's not what's happening at all. All right, so continuing on, verse 21. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered all the men of the place and made a feast. All right, so this is how it goes. So after, say you pay, after you had a period of getting to know the person, right, of courtship, right? If the period of courtship is over, saying the dowry is paid, that man then goes to the father and say, hey, dowry's paid, time of courtship is served. And I said, give me my wife. Saying at that point, the man has done what he's upheld his end of the bargain. So now it's up to the father to then give the daughter to that man. So what happens? So now a feast is prepared, right? You know what I'm saying? The bond gets together people for a feast. Now, does that mean that the same day he asked was saying that the feast took place? No, we don't. Not given a time frame. Just say he gathered all the men of the place and made a feast. Who knows how long that took? You know what I'm saying? We're not giving a time frame how long that took to get together. Could have been a week, could have been 2 months, could have, you know what I'm saying? We're not sure on the time period it took to get that together. But then after that, the date is set. There's a feast that's made, so that everybody knows that this feast is for these two are getting married. That's what the feast. That's what that particular feast is for. The feast is say, hey, this man is marrying my daughter. They're going to become one now, and everybody celebrates. And now every man in that time will know that woman is off limits. They probably knew that she's already in courtship, but now that that ceremony is there, that the feast is there and it's not taking place, now they know that this woman is married. She's off limits now. So that's another reason for the feast. That's to afford the men in the area that this woman is taken. She has a husband. And also a celebration of two people coming together. You know what I'm saying? They're about to become one flesh. That's so to speak, right? And about the husband and wife it is a great day. But listen, a feast is happening. A party is thrown for this. Now, it wasn't elaborate. You know what I'm saying? Can it be an elaborate feast? It could be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it can't be. It could be. Just now you got the money for it. That's how you want to roll. You want to, go all out for the feast, for the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You got it. You got it. But it's not required. You know what I'm saying? You just have your small family get together, then you go and lay with the woman. Now I'm gonna kind of jump somewhere real quick. I'm gonna jump back to Deuteronomy real quick, right? But before I jump there, let me finish this. It's like I'm kind of all over the place. All right. Verse 23. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. Drop down to verse 25. And it came to pass in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, what is it? What is this that thou hast done unto me? Did I not serve thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? All right, so the deal was that Jacob would serve Laban for 7 years to take Rachel as his wife. He did that. And then they said to him it felt like a week. That's how much love he had for Rachel. So after serving Laban, right, for 7 years, on the night of the feast that comes upon him, it's a great day. They all having fun. The morning comes as Laban takes Leah to Isaac's tent, to Jacob's tent. And then from there, Jacob lays with Leah. In the morning, he sees that it is not Rachel, but Leah. He asks Laban why you do this, and Laban says, that for us, the older has to get married before the younger. And so after that happens, you don't hear Jacob go, well, then she's not my wife. I'm not taking her as my wife. You don't hear that. Now, from that point on, Leah is Jacob's wife. Flat out. They've consummated the marriage. That's what really is a bad way to say it, that the sex is the consummation of the marriage. So now that they had the sex, now that the marriage is consummated, right? Now Jacob and Leah are now husband and wife. That's how that goes. But there's also one more part of the practice that's done, right? After you lay with the daughter, right? You get her, she becomes your wife. You then have the first night. The first time you consummate the marriage, it is on top of a white sheet. That white sheet is for when you have sex, that the hymen is broken, and the woman bleeds, and that's showing that this woman was a virgin when you got her. That she's virgin in the sense that she didn't have sex with a man at all. All right, that's what that is to represent, and that's given to the father to show that that this woman you gave to me that was a virgin. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all that too. All right, and let's go back to Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter, verse 13. If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman when I came into her, I found her not a maid. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. There's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. Right? So they're right. So that's what happens. So after you saying, lay with the woman, right? You know what I'm saying? You get the cloth laid down underneath you. You have sex. The token of virginity is the bleeding, right? Is the blood, for the hymen being broken. That is the token of virginity. That's the sheet that you give. That's the token that you give to the father, saying that, all right, the woman gave you was a maid in a sense of being hasn't had sex. You know what I'm saying? That she is what she said that she is. And of course, this is also this has to be done because, like I said, this yes, he had made her to his wife. For some reason or another, he's unhappy with her. Instead of just dealing with it and talking it out and trying to work out the relationship, he decides he's going to talk ill of his wife. He said that she wasn't what they said. She wasn't a virgin at all. They lied to me. And the father then comes to the elders and tells the elders, hey, no, he's lying about my daughter. Here's the sheet. He's going to spread out that sheet, that cloth, right? And boom, there's the blood that's on that cloth that showed that this woman was indeed a virgin when he took her. All right. That's part of the process of marriage, of getting married. You know what I'm saying? Biblically, that's how that is done. In today's society and world, right? That's not how anything like that is done. You know what I'm saying? Meet somebody at the club, you know what I'm saying? You're having sex later on that night. You know what I'm saying? You don't know her name, you don't know her. Those people say they don't even know her last name. What's her middle name? You don't know. You saw it. Most time don't even know a broad's name. They just, hey man, she look good. He look good. Talk for a little bit. A lot of times don't even introduce each other. Some of y'all don't even care. You just trying to hit it for the night and be done with it. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? You have sex, and then you're gone. You don't see that person ever again, and to you, it's nothing. I bring this up, right, because in the day and age that we live in, right, where in this country, people don't have respect for sex, man. That's just what it is. And there's no respect of it. They don't understand the responsibility, the kind of responsibility that they have. They just don't understand it. You know what I mean? Not only, you know what I'm saying, are you, you know what I'm saying, thinking yourselves together, right? But you know what I mean, you're also, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out how I want to put this, right? I want to say this. Sex is very important. You have to be responsible with it because so many the disease that flies about and around during these times, herpes, chlamydia, crabs, kind of STIs, you know what I'm saying, STDs, AIDS, HIV. So many of these things fly around, right? And don't forget, it is the act that brings about a baby. And now y'all are here getting abortions because you didn't want the baby, but you wanted to feel good. You wanted the feel good part of sex. But you don't want to take the responsibility of what sex is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to bring that out today, what marriage is, why you should, take the time to get to know somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you say that you really, love God and you really follow his Bible, right? Let me make sure that people know who I'm talking to. I'm only talking to my people, right? So-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Now, so I'm not talking to any other race of people besides my people. If you're talking about, you said that you love the Most High, that you follow this Bible, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, you still giving up to a dude that you barely even know, or that, you know, you fell for the lies, or you didn't listen to your parents when their parents said that this is not a good person for you. That's what a father is for, right? A father is there for, that's why a father is the head of the family, because the man is the protector of the family. The father probably provides for the family. It's protection. It's protection. It's protecting the family. That goes into it, and that's taken for granted these days. That's taken as if, no, I'm trying to be a dictator of my child. And for me personally, yes, I am. I'm the dictator of my house. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't do that, then my child can end up with somebody that's very, very bad for them, that'll do them wrong. And a lot of times you end up in these relationships with people that do you wrong because you did not listen to your parents when they said, this person is not good for you. I don't want you with them. But in your eyes, well, I love this person so much, I don't see why my parents can't see him. And then you find out later on that this person is abusive, verbally, physically, mentally, you know, sometimes one of those three things, sometimes all three things, sometimes two of the three. You know, listen, that's why the father is so important to the house. Because he's to protect you, not to impede your so-called happiness. But now you're really unhappy. You know, you're miserable. You feel trapped in this relationship because you're somebody that that demeans you. You know what I mean? Talks down on you low and puts the hands on you. A lot of these things could be avoided, you know what I'm saying, with the father. You know what I'm saying? Now, because I'm pretty sure I will hear this, right? So I'm trying to give both sides, right? I'm not trying to be one-sided. Some fathers are better than other fathers. You know what I'm saying? If that's just true. And I'm going to prove it in a little bit, too, why some fathers are better than other fathers. Because for me, I don't care how much money a person has that wants to marry one of my sons. If you're not an Israelite, you're not marrying my son. I want to approve of the relationship. That's just it. That's how it's going to be. I just know that. My son's already been told, hey, you know, saying you're not bringing home the Israelite. You know, she's not Hispanic or Native American. You know, saying I'm not ever going to prove that relationship. Don't even bring her around here. You know, saying, and that's something that your kids should know. That's taught them from young age. My kids taught that from a young age of who they can and can't be with. And people see that as being racist. You know, what I'm saying that's wrong. But don't look that wrong when you do it, though. It's never looked that wrong when other people do it. You know what I'm saying? If a black man is black, you try to marry an East Indian woman, her father's not going to approve, or like her father's not going to approve of your relationship. He wants her to marry another East Indian because he wants her to marry somebody that's of his people. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? That is priceless. You shouldn't give your seed willy-nilly to just any woman out there of any race. But then you are of a holy seed. What you're, you know what I'm saying, it matters. You might think it might not matter that God don't care. The Most High didn't care. He wouldn't have put in his Bible that you can't marry another race. You only marry of your own people. If you didn't care, he cares. Because he wants to make sure that Israel stays a holy people. What does holy mean? Holy means separate. That's what Most High wants to make sure that we stay separate from his other races. That's what you have to do. All right. It's yeah, that's one of the ways right there, right? And that's part of that process of getting married. Now let's get into a few more things, right? See what it said. We're going to jump down to verse 27. Right? For he found her in the field. Oh, it's like verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her, and he may not put her away all his days. All right, so what does that mean, right? Let me pull up this real quick. Give me 1 second. People gonna hear the lay hold in verse 28 and think that means that he, you know, a lot of people don't look into languages and things of that nature. All right, so like I said, here, get the wrong word, just the wrong app. Slack it. Thought I had the right app. With the lay hold, I think it's a tapak, which means to seize. The lay hold is not by force, right? It's what we. You know what I'm saying? What we say, took the girl home. You know what I'm saying? I bagged her. That's the way saying it back then. Is like I bagged the girl. But then I literally put her in the bag. I was at the club being like, I like her. Got this big old bag out of nowhere, stuffed her in it, and then carried her home, threw her in the car, and drove her home. No, that's not how that goes. You know what I'm saying? This is just a slang back then. Saying that, that he saw her, talked to her, was able to have sex with her. And so after he does that, he goes to the father, right? And then he pays the father, 50 shekels of silver for her to be his wife because he humbled her, right? And then now he can't put her away. With the process, I thought I had it written down. All right. So if you said so, that's the scenario that happens if you were to sleep with the woman without getting her father's permission first. If father doesn't like it, like I said, you pay 50 shekels of silver, or he can have you pay more. Because you did not do things the honorable way. You went behind his back, instead of talking to that man directly. Now you have to keep the woman. Now you can't just like, all right, banged her out, got what I wanted, now it's done. No. That's not how things are supposed to go. All right, so that was a little bit of time. I want to take the rest of the time to get into the other side of the topic, right? Of tonight. I do plan on covering more things about marriage, right? Because I feel like that's something that's not really spoken too much of, especially in the Christian church, of what it is, what's the process of getting married, How do you go about that process now? Once you're in the marriage, what is your duty as the husband? What is your duty as the wife? You know what I mean? How do you then, in this relationship, how do you then raise kids? These are things that are very, very important. Things that you should know. That you should. You want to know how is things done? Because you follow the Bible, then let's do it the way the Bible said that we should do it. Right? You take your feelings out of it. You really should. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things people fight back against is protection from their own stupid selves. Daddy, I love him, but the man that you tell you love, beats you and gets you high on all kind of narcotics. You know what I'm saying? And do whatever. You know what I mean? You know how it goes in the world. We all grown. we know how it is out there. All right, so like I said before, the Most High has made it so that we don't really get married too now, right? So right here a little bit ago was, saying about marriage. I was talking about marriage. I was talking in the sense of Israelites marrying each other. That's what this class is for Israelites, not for nobody else. Now, you cannot take a woman of a different nation to be your wife. All right? That is against the Most High. A lot of people like to say, well, I don't like true. I don't think God cares. You know what I'm saying? God loves everybody, but he do care. He definitely cares. All right? When it comes to children of Israel, there's certain things that you just cannot do. Right? You have rules and laws set in place for a reason. You cannot marry outside your race. That's not me. That's the Most High. Right? So, go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou should not give unto his son, nor his daughter shall thou take unto thy son. What? You cannot give your son, you cannot give your daughter to a heathen. You cannot let your son take a heathen unto himself. Right? That's law. That's what the Most High has said. The problem with it, the problem is not really with me. Right? It's not. The problem is with the Most High. That is who your problem is with. The Most High said that you can't take someone that's not your people, make marriages with them. We can't do it. Right? So, but how do we know such things? Right? Let's go all the way back. All the way back to Genesis, the 2nd chapter, right? Verse 21. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. All right, so went there. Why? To show that this is put into place, right? If you go back into the first chapter of Genesis, right? Man is made on a 6th day in abundance, right? Made in abundance. A lot of people out there, I'm putting to fix this earth by the time we talk about Adam. Adam's doing work, and the Most High is gonna help me. That's real. And all people say he put a deep sleep, but once again, if you don't know the Bible, you don't know that the Bible also talks in slang. People have been talking in slang in their languages for thousands and thousands of years, right? It's just how that goes. We say, no, people been sleeping on me. You know what I'm saying? You've been sleeping on this. Man, you know what I'm saying? I said today. Yeah, man. Hey, man, you heard about such and such? Nah, man, I was sleeping on it. I'm going to check it out now. Adam was just unaware of what the intentions were, right? Now, once he was with Eve, now he then knew from that point on, I will only deal with somebody that's of my tribe, that's of my people. And that's what he did, right? And how do we know this, right? Because now you think I'm just making this up. That, it says right here, some people come in and be like, oh, see, look, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. See? Boom, right there. It got me. I got me in a chokehold. Don't know what I'm going to do. Except Genesis chapter 29, verse 14. This is when Laban and Jacob meet. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. So you trying to tell me now that Laban married Jacob? That you want to tell me? That Laban cut Jacob out of his body, said, yep, that's my bone and flesh right there. That's what you're trying to tell me? Or is just the bone and flesh being a metaphor for family? As we say today, my flesh and blood. Right? What about when people told Jacob that we are thy bone and thy flesh? I mean, not Jacob, they told David, King David. These are things that this is just, saying a metaphor, saying my family. That's all that is. That's all that means. Our job is to cast out imaginations, right, in the school. To cast out your, I heard people say before, the spookisms, right? A lot of the fantasy stuff, we shared it to remove a lot of that from your thoughts. But let's continue with a few other things, right? I'm coming here just because it's brought up and back up. Book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 9. These are generations of Noah. Noah was just a man imperfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. All right, so why did I come here? I come here for an important reason, right? Just to make sure that I have put his name out there before I go to where I'm about to go next. Why was Noah considered perfect, right? Because the Christians tell you that you can't be perfect, that you're not, that God don't want you to be perfect. That's just a lie. I'm saying Christians have no basis for that. Matter of fact, Ephesians 5:48, be thou therefore perfect as thy Father in heaven is perfect. That's what Christ said. So if your Father demands you to be perfect, then you have to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? What's being perfect? Perfect is following all the law, statutes, and commandments. The Lord followed all the traditions and commandments of his people during his time. That's why he was perfect. And why is he perfect? Because at a time where people were taking in marriage and giving in marriage, right? Noah was perfect because Noah kept everything. Noah only had Noah's rib, his wife, was of the same tribe as him. That's why. That's one of the reasons why he was perfect. He said he walked with God, meaning what? Meaning that he found everything he was supposed to do, he did. He walked. He was perfect in everything that he did. He didn't break the laws of God. He didn't do it. Brother is marrying outside your race, and he did not do that. That's how one way that Noah was perfect. All right, so we're gonna pull out the Apocrypha. We're gonna pull out the Apocrypha. We're gonna pull out the Apocrypha. All right, Salaki, I cannot speak today. We're gonna go to the book of Tobit. All right. Look at Tobit. We're going to go chapter 4 and start at verse 13. Now, therefore, my son. It's like we're starting at verse 12. Verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they are married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land. All right. So right off the bat, it's telling you right there that you are to marry amongst your own people. Right? There's a reason why that's said, you know what I'm saying? Because if you marry outside your race, they'll turn you away from serving the Most High. You'll see it time and time again. We're going to get into it. We're going to show, right? You know, it's an example. You know, Solomon is a great example of somebody that married outside of his race and was turned away from God. Right? But you know that came when Solomon was already of old age, and he repented of that. But here the Bible tells you that you have to marry within your own race. If you're an Israelite, you can only marry an Israelite. It says don't take strange women. Don't do it. Your forefathers didn't do it. If you're a daughter of Israel, you can't take another man that's a different race. You can't do it. Because nobody's going to protect you better than the man that is of your race. Right? You might not see it that way, but that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question. Right? Why do you choose to marry outside your race? So this is a question, you know what I'm saying? If you watch the video later, just put it in the comments. Saying why do you choose to do it? And we're going to get into it right here in a second, right? Why you choose to do it. Let me know why you choose to marry outside your race. If you're out there marrying a so-called white woman or a so-called white man, realize that you are marrying the exact people that just had your people in slavery and enslaving your people, doing your people the dirtiest for the last 400 or 500 years. Just realize that. And anybody else that's out there that you say ain't never done this no wrong, or you know what I'm saying, the Asians never did nothing. If you read this Bible, we've been under captivity to all these people at one point or another. But why would you want somebody that just also they don't even share the same traditions you have, not even close? No, you're not really going to understand each other that well. You're just not, because you're of different culture, different backgrounds. Why do you want somebody to come inherit what should be for your people? I can give you the real reason why. They're saying this is how we're conditioned in this country, right? To seek to marry outside of our race. Now, another statistics say that, I think it says that black men 80% marry a black woman. Same thing with Hispanic men, Native American men tend to marry that. But you have a large percentage of brothers, it's passport bros, whatever, or you do that like the snow bunnies, as they call them now. They like to go be with these women. And I'll tell you exactly why these men like to do that. Right here. Verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, and the sons and daughters of thy people, in not taking a wife of them. That's why you have a hatred in your heart for your people. For some reason, there's a hatred in your heart for your people. That's why you choose to marry outside your race. Why you choose to be with somebody that is not of your people. That's the reason why. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's why in Tobit, he's letting know that, hey, don't hate your brother. Don't hate the sons and daughters of your people to take somebody that's outside of your people to marry. Don't do that. Don't hate yourself. Don't hate them. Don't hate your people. Love your people. You might say, I can love my people and still be married to a heathen, but you can't. You really can't. Yeah, you can do some nice things, give some money, build some kind of sports center or something like that, whatever. I guess a school in LeBron's case. Well, not LeBron. Let's not use LeBron because he's married to a sister. That people work hard to show that, hey, I can love my people and still marry somebody that's not of my people. But then the question you have to ask yourself, but then do you really love your people? Because if you did, why didn't you just take somebody that's of your people to wife? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, love is an action. It's not just a word, something that you say. You know what I'm saying? You want something that you love the daughters of Israel, then take a daughter of Israel as your wife. Why try to bring somebody of a different race onto us so that they can get an inheritance off of us? Why? Listen, you absolutely must love your people enough to say that I won't marry outside my race. I know that sounds bad. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people think we should be inclusive and not exclusive. What has being inclusive done for our people? Look outside your homes, right, and see what has that really done for us. What good has it brought us? It hasn't brought us no good, man. Listen, the Chinese open shops and stores and restaurants like in your homes, in your neighborhoods, and don't give nothing back. But you want to marry his daughter. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to want to hire you to work your store, though. You're going to talk trash about your people. Same thing with the East Indians. They come into your area and they take over and they talk down on you as if you're nothing, but you want to marry their daughters. Because in your heart, you hate your people. You do not love your people enough to make sure that you marry somebody that is the same as you. And that's a harsh reality that most people don't want to have to deal with, have to come to, have to think about. But that's what it is. Continuing on in verse 13, I'm going to start from the beginning. Book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and taking not a wife of them. For in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine. You're going to find destruction when you marry outside your race, man. So much, you know what I'm saying, confusion for your child if you have a child with that person. Because they don't know who or what they are. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of people talk about it too, you know what I'm saying? As we consider today, mixed race. I'm not black enough for the black people. I'm not white enough for the white people. I'm not black enough for the black people. eggs enough for the Asians. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. In that child's mind, you cause confusion. That child will sway to one side or the other. A lot of times they sway to that whoever sides different race side. All because you know what I'm saying, you decide you didn't not want to take somebody of your people to marry. Instead, you want to cause great confusion. Why am I there? One second, y'all. I don't know what my phone is doing. All right, we're gonna get a few more verses, right? For today. All right, listen, we're gonna pick this back up again. You know, it won't be the first and last thing. All right, stay inside the Apocrypha. Right, we're gonna go to First Esdras in the 8th chapter. We started at verse 69. Remember, this is First Esdras in the Apocrypha. They don't have an Apocrypha book. You need to get you one. Look at First Esdras, chapter 8, verse 69. The nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles, to wit of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and the Moabites, Egyptians, and Edomites. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with strange people in the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity. Right, so once again, we have it right here where, you know what I'm saying, you're not supposed to dance outside your race. You're not supposed to do it. They're saying you're Israelite, supposed to marry Israelite. And it's telling you that during times, you know what I'm saying, as we was in the land of Canaan, we took wives of all these people right here. You know what I'm saying? Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, Moabites, Egyptians, Edomites. These are the only ones? No. A lot of can't tell you, if you don't take all these, no, everybody else is good. Listen, you are not to marry outside your race, period. All right? Not to marry another people. That is what it is. And some people would say that this is hate speech. It's not. This is love talking. Love for my people talking. A lot of you wouldn't really understand that. A lot of people of different races, different cultures, they do understand that. Those other nations out there, they definitely understand. All right? You know why we don't understand as a people too? Because we've been in America for so long, right? That we just can't fathom, you know what I'm saying, not have to marry somebody else. Right? A lot of these people live running each other's course. Listen, a lot of people want to go to Japan, but Japan as a people are very xenophobic. They don't like outsiders. You know what I'm saying? One of the most xenophobic places you can possibly go. Especially the older generations. Oh man, you know, listen. And go there and be a mixed child that's half Japanese. I've seen plenty of video stories of how a lot of those people were treated. A lot of people cheat. They go to Japan, and these people that are there, they talk down on them, talk bad about them. Japan has always been like an isolationist country. That's just the way that those people are because of where they're at. They're very xenophobic. meaning that they don't like outsiders. A lot of people in America are that way too, but they just inferior because of what the white men did to get this land. We're not going to go there. It's like kind of losing my voice. So you know what? We're going to pick back up on this next week, right? I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. So we're going to continue on with this, right? We're going to dig more into interracial marriages. You know what I'm saying? And I'll give a couple examples of why that is of it not being allowed, but we're going to dig more into it. We're going to talk more about marriages, period. You know what I'm saying? It is a very, very important topic. You know what I'm saying? Anything in the Bible is important, right? You know what I'm saying? That's something that's important too. That way you know the ins and outs, how it's supposed to be done. All right, but with that, so we do have Feast of Purim next month. All right, that's coming up. It's going to be a big thing. All right, so just make sure if you're in the Phoenix area, we're at 12416 North 28th Drive. Across the street from the Quick Trip, you'll see the ISUPK sign out front. It's a beautiful sign, if I say so. Once that's done, it's like Feast of Purim is going to be next month. I'll hit y'all with the dates later. That's coming up, so make sure that you join us out there for that. And if you're in the Phoenix area, it's a memorial. We'll be getting to that history. We'll be in the, I believe the book of Esther. Was it book? I believe it was the book of Esther. I believe that's where we'll be at. So come out. We're gonna have some food here. Gonna have some drinks. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get down. Yeah, man. We got those things coming up. Also, Passover is coming up. All right. It'll be April 12th, I believe. It's in the itinerary. Everything's up online right now. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was $200 for the Passover fee. That's for everybody that's I believe 17 and up in the house or 18 and up. There's $200 for the Passover fee. You know, we'll be in Atlanta this year. So come out. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be real, real big this year in Atlanta for the Passover. So make sure you're out there. Make sure you come celebrate Purim with us. Come celebrate the Passover with us, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, all that. All right. And with that, shalom.